Hi, everybody. Welcome to Queers and Soaps. I'm Tommy, and today I'm joined by Derek
Hey, everybody.
and Eric.
Hi.
We're back for our discussion of the Brenda Years, General Hospital in 1993. We're kicking off February sweeps, discussing February 1st to the 5th, 1993. So I'll roll the credits and we'll get right into it. All right.
It's the Brenda's a Monster bitch years.
She wasn't as bad this time, but she's still a bitch.
What do you mean, as she's an asshole? What do you mean?
I mean, taunting Karen is nothing new. Now, taking
It's still being a bitch.
yeah, but taking naked photos of her, no, that's monster bitch. Which
It's
she's
still
still
being a
won't own
monster
up
bitch.
to. She's still playing like, I can't believe you're accusing me of this.
I know. She's almost convincing me. I'm like, maybe she didn't do it.
Even though we
Who
legit
else would
saw
it
her.
be?
We really saw
That's
her.
true. That's true. Well, she's convincing me. I don't know.
She's a good actress.
She's what do they call that? I was trying to think of that earlier when you convince yourself of your own lies. I forget the word for it.
Delusional.
That's part of the words. That's not what I'm looking for though, but I can't think of it.
All right, you think on that, and we'll talk about
Like
you.
a sociopath? Is a sociopath? It's like something
No,
path.
it's a little different.
Narcissist.
No?
Narcissist.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Well, you know what I just realized? There was no Holly and Bill this week.
So
I was happy about
no,
that.
yeah.
I'm retroactively happy about it. I was like, I feel so calm this week. I bet you.
I always love seeing Holly.
We would have saw them.
Holly can read a book and I'll be all right seeing her. I love her.
No, I enjoy the scenes. I just don't like the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weak story for. I mean, clearly
they
they're not even.
They weren't even on.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like they haven't even been on. So.
Marco is all over the place.
Yeah.
He's getting a paycheck everywhere. So Bobby had hired him to dig up dirt on Tiffany to help her out with this custody case.
Yeah.
But after a discussion with Sean, Tiffany is putting on the act that she wants to play nice and let Lucas spend the night at Bobby and Tony's. And she calls Bobby, and Bobby's like, "What the hell happened here?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, this would happen now. She has that other thing in motion.
I don't remember the exact number, but Marco wanted like 10 grand, I guess, to California to dig into Tiffany's acting history.
But she only gave 5.
But she only gave 5. She's like, I'm not made of gold.
I know, I like that.
Nobody ever gives him what he asked for. Even Tracy wouldn't give. He wanted like 25, and she's like, here's 10.
Yeah.
I wonder if Tiffany will pay.
Yeah, he discovered that she was in porn, pretty much.
Just like Nicole Walker. Misty.
So he goes to the airport, and his best friend Reginald was there.
Yeah, were they best friends? I don't remember that.
They
had scenes together before.
Yeah, they like played poker together, and I guess they're friendly now. And Tracy, they're friends.
Yeah,
okay.
Either.
That's true. I'm like, they do kind of look like brothers.
Do you think Tracy's like disdain for Marco being around Reginald is her way of being like protective of Reginald? Like, I'm trying to read Tracy, like, because she's got that hard exterior, but there is a heart in there somewhere.
Not really. I don't think so.
I don't think Tracy's heart came until the thousands. I think Luke kind of changed her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I probably shouldn't read into anything she does.
Although I guess she is kind of soft in a way though with her feelings for Paul, because she was like kind of pathetic, which I never really thought Tracy was pathetic until I saw this, and I was like, oh, I mean, she's an asshole, but you know.
So Marco doesn't want Reginald to like go along on this, but Reginald pretends to be his brother, and he cries to get some kind of funeral discount. Bereavement discount on the flight. Is that a real thing?
It probably was back then. I don't know if it is now.
Right?
Not now. Not now.
So then Marco's like, "I love you, bro."
Right.
It was silly.
So then Reginald is like tagging along, but he tells him not to speak. He's like, "You don't speak English."
Yeah.
And they find this actress that apparently must have worked on one of the pornos with Tiffany back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So they pretend to be fans of hers. And
what was the name she was using back then? I can't remember. It was like started with a T.
I think I wrote it somewhere.
Her porn name?
Yeah, it was like.
I didn't even think to take note of that.
Trixie. It was like
Trixie?
Yes, Trixie. Her typical porn name. Misty, Trixie.
So they talk to this actress and they're like, "Oh, do you know somebody named Tiffany? What's her maiden name?"
Elsie Mae Krumholtz is her.
Elsie Krumholtz.
I was just gonna say Tiffany, right?
Elsie Mae
Charlie's Angels.
And she was like, "Oh yeah, I know her, but I know her from her porno days," and that's when she like drops the Trixie.
Mm-hmm.
So because of the phone call that Bobby got, Bobby doesn't want to use anything against Tiffany, so she basically drops Marco, and he's like, "Wait, but he's like, I need a paycheck."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, did his job,
right? So she says she's gonna pay him for like whatever he's done, but she doesn't need whatever he found.
Right.
She's gonna regret that. I have a feeling.
Yep. Well,
but
it was
he decides to double dip, and now he's like blackmailing Tiffany with this video.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I guess I've always viewed Marco, at least so far in GH, as like a comical character. He got a little like dark and like aggressive with her.
Maybe that's why everyone on One Life to Live wanted to kill him.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was like, this is how he was on One Life to Live, more dark.
Mm-hmm.
And more serious. So she meets him at the spa, and he tells her about the tape. She buys it. He says that he hasn't made a copy. He said he can't speak for the rest of the world. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think this is going to come out?
I don't know. Trial? Probably not.
No?
I don't know.
I was going to say maybe if there's a trial, because I'm assuming this is what's going to turn Tiffany against Bobby again, because every time you get a little leeway, there's something that pulls you back. So, but I mean, fair is fair. She deserved it for bringing out Bobby's past again. So,
yeah.
Which
I don't know.
Is in a roundabout way the same thing. It's all sex work. Like you're exposing her for the same thing.
You know what's kind of funny? I tell you guys that me and Karen watched 1983. Bobby's past is coming out in that time as well, which is really weird. So Luke is running for like mayor of Port Charles, and people are trying to find like things from his past, and it's Ruby who was the madam.
Yeah.
And Bobby, and it's coming out and ruining her relationship in 83. And I'm like, this is exactly like 10 years later. And the same thing is happening.
Was that all backstory for Bobby, like before she appeared on the show, or was she actually a prostitute on the show?
I think it was backstory. I'm not sure because they would have had to come to.
It was when they lived in Florida.
In Florida, okay.
Yeah, and they didn't show that on the show, I don't think.
Yeah, because that's how the whole Carly thing happened when she was in Florida with Ruby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Felicia in the asylum.
I told you.
You were right.
The second he got a chance, he went in that asylum. I'm like, damn.
Apparently he works there part-time. Like he sees patients there.
Yeah.
That's why he wanted her there.
Or was it you say mothers of kids or the kids something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So she thinks Mac's coming to visit her, and she turns around to see Ryan in her face. Probably didn't help her case that she was screaming that she wants to kill him.
No.
Yeah.
But our friendly inmate showed Felicia that she carries around a knife.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if Ryan's gonna get stabbed up again.
The only way I'm thinking this story can go is like Felicia breaking out, and they like have to prove like her and Mac go on the run. I can't find another way around. Is it?
Pretty sure that's what happened.
Is that what happened? Oh, okay. I can't see another way out of it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that part, but I don't know. I feel like Ryan has to like kidnap her or something for there to be a conclusion on his end. Like people need to know that he's bad, like for sure.
Yeah.
I like those scenes though. It was more entertaining than like the court shit. And
right, yeah. I still don't get how she's just able to call him at any time, but all right.
I still like the Wizard of Oz lady.
Go visit her mother in the mental institution. That was really weird.
Right.
Yeah.
So Brenda, last we saw, she had followed Jagger up to where he moved. He's working at the bike shop and staying at the cabin near where him and Karen broke down when he drove her for her college interview.
And kissed.
I was actually very surprised and proud of Jason for like calling Karen out on her feelings. And I was like, huh. I was like, he's more observant than I've given him credit for.
And he still wants to stay with her, which I was confused about.
Well, she said that it's possible to love or like two people at the same time.
True.
And he said, I won't be second best. And she said, you're not. And he said, and I won't tie for first. And I'm like, well, she's kind of just settling because you're the one that's here right now.
Right.
Jason even said if Jagger was still here, then it would be over.
Right. So Brenda surprises Jagger. She found the cabin because she traced his motorcycle tracks, I guess. And he's not happy to see her.
No.
I think he's the one that brings up the photos, and she's like, you still think I did that? Like, yes.
She did not. I don't know what you're talking about.
They talk about the Valentine's Day dance. She came to see him twice. I think the second time she brought him the newspaper or the school newspaper.
Of course.
They talked about the dance and how Karen and Jason were going to be king and queen.
She's such a stalker.
Upset him.
I don't know what.
I love that. I love that when she was taunting Karen, though, that Karen like sprayed her with the whipped cream.
Yes. I knew that was going to happen. I'm like, I thought it was going to be worse. I thought it was going to be like a full blown food fight, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Almost. I was set for her punching her in the face too.
It's funny because I stepped out to get water and I still had it playing, so I was listening and I heard Brenda screaming and I'm like, I have to rewind this. Something happens.
Karen said that Brenda doesn't simmer down until Lois comes along, so we might have a little bit of
That's a long time.
That's what I said. I'm like, we're in early '93, so we got another year of this, bitch.
Yeah, I think Lois comes.
Maybe she's wrong.
93.
She could be wrong. She could be wrong.
I actually wrote down when everybody comes and leaves in '93.
Did you?
I did. Dominic leaves in May. Tracy leaves in June. Catherine comes in June. Holly leaves in July.
Holly leaves.
Yeah, we get the Ever recast in August. John Engel.
Oh.
September, no cast changes. October, Jessica leaves. Luke and Laura return. Julia leaves in November. Scotty leaves in December. And Rena Sofer comes on in December.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
There we go.
That's crazy.
Since you mentioned Rena, now I'm thinking about Ned. He is.
Oh, I know.
I'm like, this is not the Ned that I like.
I hate him. I hate him just as much as Brenda.
With him. I'm like, what are you thinking, girl? Like, what is wrong with you? Why do you want to be with this guy?
Right.
And I like Julia. Like, I think
I thought she would be turned off by him acting like this.
I agree. Yeah.
Same. I thought that's where it was going.
She's just like, I don't know. Like, she's basically just like, business is business and you're doing what you have to do. I'm like, what?
I think it might turn because she's seeing this side. I think she might turn away from him. I'm hoping, but maybe that's just my hoping because I don't know.
Well, because I know Lois does come this year, I was like, oh, maybe this is when Julie is like, oh, you act like this, I'm not attracted to you, but like, she's fine. She's like, okay.
Yeah.
I did like the scene with what's his name? Alan? Not Alan. Edward.
Huh? Oh, Edward. Oh, yeah.
Well, it was all three of them. It was Edward, Alan, and Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
Tracy was complaining that Reginald took a vacation. But then, like, I guess the temp butler came in and announced that the senator was there. And she was like, Reginald better watch out. He may not have a job when he comes home. Because this one was actually doing his job correctly.
Right.
I guess she doesn't use the bell she got for Christmas for Reginald.
Yeah, we never see that.
Funny.
So the senator is there because he's basically laying it all out on the table, telling them that Ned is blackmailing him.
Yeah.
What is he trying to get? What are the rights? The
airplane rights? He wants the airline, whatever airline he and Julie are trying to get.
Maybe they're trying to get rights through, and the senator has to approve it or something.
Yeah, I guess don't understand why. Pass or something for them to get the airline. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
What's going on?
So Edward and Tracy basically are like, we got to do what's right for the company, because if he goes down, then we can't get the air rights. Or was that it? Or was he going to expose something else?
He's going to expose the tape.
Yeah, he's going to expose
the tape, right? But Ned wants to be an asshole and call his bluff, and he keeps pushing for
Jenny
to persuade the senator to give him the air rights.
Right.
And Tracy actually tries to convince him to let it go. And he's just like, nope, I won't be threatened. I won't be told what to do. And I'm just like, you're an asshole.
Yeah, I know. She even said, Edward said you have to stop. And he was like, no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said it in front of Julia when I didn't want to bring up the Dominique stuff, but with But with that, Jolie is like, oh, how would you spend your last days on Earth? He's like trying to get this airplane. I'm like, are you kidding me?
I don't think he's being honest about that one.
No, he's just being a total dick.
He is a total dick.
I can't stand him.
Monica's still kind of being cold towards Alan because of the whole AJ and
Nikki thing.
I want to call her Tiffany. Nikki. They mention maybe he would have been better off being with Nikki. I think it's Tracy that brings it up. Oh, so Tracy and Alan have this whole situation, and Tracy brings up that she knows that Nikki was bought off. How much did he buy her off for? And he's like, why would you say something like that? She's like, she's a gold digger. She's like, it's the only way she was going to leave town. And they basically come to a truce, like, you stay out of my business and I'll stay out of yours.
Quarter means are ruthless.
I found out also when I was looking for the casting, she says Nikki comes back in May.
Nikki comes back?
I didn't know she came back. Yeah, she comes back in May for like a couple episodes. Yeah.
So then maybe AJ's going to find out from her that she was pulled off. Unless she's pregnant.
And that child is Dex, hopefully. The one that's on the show now. Saying Dex is AJ's kid. They don't play, but like she would be a perfect mom for Dex.
They do love playing.
AJ had a kid that died?
No.
Oh.
I don't know. It's just a theory. It's a fan theory. We're talking about.
They rewrite all the time.
Ooh, now I'm excited for Nikki to come back. Because I wanted to know more about her.
Yeah.
She's gone too soon.
Because I don't know Tom Hardy too well. When they were in the hospital, when it was like Mac, Tom, and Steve.
Yeah.
And he was like, Dad. I was like, Dad. I was like, oh, that's right. You're a Hardy, because I don't really know the Hardys because they haven't been on the show regularly
For years. Yeah.
for like 30 years. I feel like.
Yeah, it's a shame.
So so Mac wanted Tom's help, not Tom's, Steve's help with Kevin, right?
Ryan.
Was it to get Felicia out of there or moved? Ryan, right?
Yeah. He wants Felicia moved to a different facility where Ryan can't get to her.
Right. And Steve was like, I'll get right on that. I'll make the phone call or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as that was happening, that's when the inmate showed Felicia the knife. So it's like, what's going to happen? Is she going to get out of there before she has to cut somebody? Like,
so when Felicia called Mac, she said, he's like, didn't you notice the accent? I'm like, does he have an accent?
No.
I didn't think so. Because I'm like, is he supposed to be Australian?
Karen said he used to when he first came on the show, but they dropped it.
Yeah, because they mentioned, he's like, don't you know my accent? And I'm like, is he supposed to have one? Because I didn't think he has one.
Every once in a while, I feel like he tries to throw it in because I hear something that's a little off, and I'm like, yeah,
right.
you're doing that.
I know, I was confused by it because I'm like, is he supposed to be Australian like his brother, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was confused.
I wonder how thick it was, or how thick he tried to make it sound when he first came on.
Probably just so annoying. They're like, you gotta drop it. Like, it's not working.
It was probably like what is his name? Peter Reckle on Knots Landing when he came on as the Irishman.
Oh yeah, but I feel like that's just Peter Reckle, because I feel like he talks like that in the 80s on Days with
Does
a little
he?
Irish. Yeah. Yeah, next time we watch, pay real close attention. He does it.
Interesting.
So who else? Oh, so Rhonda.
Dominique.
Oh, Dominique.
Oh, I know. I feel bad.
So we last left them. They were at the church, and Scotty was talking about them getting remarried in a church, and they hug, and she was crying, and she has to tell him about the tumor, and he does not take this well. He's like, we need a second opinion. He wants to meet with Tony to discuss the options.
Were you surprised that she told him?
No.
I thought she told him so soon. I thought she was going to wait till after the wedding.
Yeah, I always think, like, because you know how things always come out like more dramatically. I'm like, oh, she actually told him, because like usually, you know, somebody else would tell him, and then it would be like more of a fallout. I was like, oh, she told him. All right.
I guess I never really thought hard about when she would tell him. I figured maybe she would like faint or something, and that's how he would find out.
Yeah. And Lucy would have to tell him.
Right.
Yeah.
I was thinking it would come out somehow differently, but I like how it came out.
I like how Lucy's just like, I'm not going to do anything to get in between you and Scott while this is going on. Like, I'm going to respect your boundaries, and I'm going to keep your secret. And Scott like jumps to conclusions because Lucy wants to like get her a cab, and she's like, no, and it looks like Lucy's like harassing her, and he's like screaming at Lucy, and Lucy can't say anything to defend herself.
Yeah, she's like, and he's like, just going off.
And Dominique's like, I'll take care of it, Lucy, don't worry.
Yeah.
So
they were sweet moments.
Yeah, so then Scott feels like crap when he finds out that Lucy actually helped her and has been keeping the secret and has been respecting boundaries. But yeah, so he basically wants to try every medical procedure, or I don't even know what you would call it.
Treatment, I guess.
Treatment, right?
Of course.
And she doesn't want to spend her last days or whatever time she has left feeling sick and not enjoying the people that she loves and doing what she wants. Which Scott is like, okay, well, what if we did what you want? And then like, if we find a doctor that's nearby, we just kind of stop and check in with them. And she's kind of like, I guess we could see what they have to say. This really sucks.
Yeah,
it's sad. I feel like Dominique's like changed him, because He's always been like a peckerhead, like where I've seen him. And I feel like he's very different. So I felt like her love changed him for like the better.
He
And I'm
calls
assuming he'll spiral out.
he calls his father and Gail and he asks them to come back to Port Charles, and they're gonna surprise him by moving back to Port Charles.
Yeah.
Did they recast his dad at some point, or does he like die on the show? Do you know?
Guys in like 2017, but like off screen.
Yeah, off screen. They killed off Gail too that way as well, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're recurring.
They died in really. Yeah.
I think they're still on even after Scotty leaves. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And I think they're both on Port Charles.
I'm confusing Gail with the Scanlon brothers' mother on Port Charles. I'm like, but don't they recast her for Port Charles? No, I'm confusing characters.
Who plays the mother of them on Port Charles of the Scanlon?
The actress?
Crawley.
Yeah.
Crawley.
Who is it?
Pat Crawley.
Oh, Pat Crowley. Yes.
Yeah.
I like her. She goes way back. She's in Charlie's Angels. Have to give a shout out.
What story am I missing? Oh, so we're still on Dominique.
Yeah.
So it's really sad. I also feel like they finally are at a place where they're not doing the whole misunderstanding makeup breakup thing, which is nice, but now they're dealing with this. So that sucks.
Yeah.
And I like, if she's leaving in May, like, we gotta get this ball rolling on Serena. Like, come on.
Yeah,
I'm sure we'll see it. I mean, she and Lucy are definitely going to be growing closer, so I think that's part of it.
But yeah, it's going to be quick. I mean, there's only a few months.
Is it like a situation where she asked Lucy to be a surrogate?
Or maybe Lucy volunteers? I'm not sure.
Or does Lucy go behind their backs and does it as like a gift?
No, she doesn't pull a Kendall Hart on all my children.
Yeah.
They did it on Days. With Chloe and Daniel. It was a gift to Nicole so she could have Holly.
Yeah.
Right.
I think Scott and Dominique decide they want to have a baby before they die, and I think before she dies, and I think she's looking for a surrogate, and Lucy might probably volunteer, or they'll ask her, or the other.
And I'm assuming she thought she had more time.
Yeah.
But
So Lucy gave birth to Serena, and then she had issues getting pregnant for her actual biological child. Like she couldn't on Port Charles.
Yeah.
So she got Christina.
Yeah. Who doesn't exist.
Who's the father?
Kevin, I thought isn't he the father?
Oh, okay.
Christina?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
Maybe so,
Karen, where are you?
Yeah, right.
Huh, that would feed into the whole. It was just a fever dream of Lucy's.
It was, yeah.
Karen will be over in 45 minutes. I'll check it. Hold on a second.
Karen is just like the encyclopedia for all questions. Because I was texting Dana about Doctor Who last night, and she's like, "Hold on, Karen's here. I shall ask her."
Yep. Doctor Who and General Hospital are her specialties.
Was there anything special that you guys wanted to mention that I'm missing, like that I'm skipping over?
No, but I want to talk more about Tiffany because Tiffany was annoying the hell out of me.
I can see that.
She is so obsessed. I think she needs mental health. Like she needs to go into counseling or something because she really is obsessed with this. And I really thought that maybe she was gonna setting Bobby up for a fall by giving her Lucas for the night. I thought she was trying to pull something over, but I guess she wasn't. But
I very briefly had that thought also.
Yeah.
But didn't Bobby mention that she had been doing sessions with Tom Hardy? Or maybe she just said maybe she should be doing. I don't know. I felt like she mentioned her having sessions with Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
After the phone calls, like, oh, maybe those sessions are working or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, they're not.
They're definitely not. She still hasn't given up, and she's still plotting behind Bobby's back, even though she's playing nice right now. And like, I don't know.
And she
Well,
got caught. She got caught by Sean.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sean's pissed.
And he's gonna. He looked really pissed. So
yeah,
because she's still plotting with her lawyer.
Right. Who's not Jessica? I thought maybe Jessica would be on this, but
well, she can't because she's a assistant DA.
Right. This was somebody she recommended, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There was a creeper dude with Felicia as well. The guy that like seems like he's interested in her. So I don't know if something's gonna come of that. If he's gonna either help her escape or try to like sleep with her to like.
I feel like he's like, I can protect you. Like it's almost like a jail situation. Like I'll protect you. I'll get you things you want in return for like sexual favors.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's what it seems like. Something like that for sure.
Because he was on last time too, I think, and he was a little inappropriate.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got like jealous when he found out that she was having company. And he was like, "Is it a male friend?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that might be one of the reasons why Mac has to break her out, because he's afraid that this guy's gonna hurt her.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Ryan would be enough, I would think, of that he
Yeah.
has access to her.
I liked when he was talking to Tom Hardy, and they said there was an altercation with you and Kevin. He was like, "Yeah, an hour ago." He just like nonchalantly. He's like, "Yeah, I hit him."
Yeah. Oh, we didn't talk about Paul. Paul was
Oh yeah, he stood up for his woman.
He
I like
went to
that.
see Ned, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
he basically was like, "How are you holding what happened to her when she was a child against her?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ned was such a dick. Oh.
Yeah.
I know. I really love Paul. He's so sweet. He's so handsome. I love him.
I know. He's gonna become the serial killer soon.
Like 15 years, 20 years. Yeah. Unfortunately.
He might be in the next episode of 90210 we watch.
He's the instructor, the skydiving instructor. Yeah.
No, that's in the one where Brandon's, I think, dating the girl with the baby.
Okay, so he's coming.
We have a few episodes.
Yeah.
Coming soon.
Yeah, so he like came to his woman's defense. That was cute.
Mm-hmm.
But even Jenny tried to plead with Julia, and that's
how
that's actually when we got confirmation that Julia is not turned off by Ned, because the Ned like interrupted.
Yeah.
Right. She's like, it's not against you. She's like, it is.
He's just so like
tolerate him treating Jenny that way. That's so like, why is she like not like, I don't like the way you treat women. Like, get out of my face. Like
this isn't a direct quote, but it's pretty close. Like he'll even be like, "Oh, if it isn't my whore of an ex-wife," like what? She was 16.
He's brutal with her. I don't know when he changes for the better, but I don't know.
I don't know. Was Lois change him? Because I don't know how.
I guess. But I hope he gets tormented a little bit before that, though.
Even when I was watching like Summer 94, when he was kind of juggling Catherine and Lois, he wasn't like this. I just felt like he was like this goofy guy that had this alter ego. Like he was like Eddie Mayne, and then like that was like his dream to like pursue music, and then he was like the business like Ned Ashton. So I was like, I didn't really think he was a bad guy. I just think he was just like caught between two women. But this, I don't know.
Yeah. He's brutal.
Also, I found something out just from listening to old podcasts, that Catherine was thought to be dead, and then she came back, and she's the one that exposed that Laura was Nicholas's mother.
I didn't remember that either. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Catherine died like twice, or maybe 3
Yeah,
times.
they were like, throw her off the parapet again.
I'm excited for Catherine because I never got to see her run, and I love Mary Beth Evans, so whatever, Karen.
Catherine's not a great character, to be honest. It's a waste of Mary Beth Evans' talents, in my opinion. But
yeah, whenever I hear anybody talk about her, they hate her. And I feel like including Karen.
Yeah,
I can't imagine hating her. I can't imagine hating her more than like Ned and Brenda at this point.
Well, when she comes on, she's plotting, so she has a vendetta. But
Oh, I like that though. So
yeah,
I think I'll probably like her.
I mean, maybe my opinion will change of her, but I never liked her in the 90s.
You're probably gonna come in with like pre-existing love because
Yeah,
it's Mary Beth Evans, but I'll probably be a little bit guilty of too because I do love her.
I do too.
What about you, Eric? Was there anything you wanted to talk about?
No, I brought it up. The Creeper Man was all I had left. I think we covered everything.
Yeah. Well, one thing. Slowly, the whole town was finding out about Dominique's health crisis.
yeah.
Yeah, Julia found out.
Was it Sean that went to go see Scotty?
Yeah,
And Scott was like, "I'm like taking
for
myself off of the cases."
yeah,
And he was like, "How could you be so selfish?" And he was like, my wife is dying, so
yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, there was also was it the Outback everybody was at? Like all the couples? And they all had like a nice like night out on the town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it was that happened first and then the phone call? So Bobby was like super convinced that things were turning for the
Yeah.
best.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm excited for more revving up for this February sweeps because I thought it was a pretty good week.
Yeah.
And I really like Tony, and it like really upsets me thinking about how everybody says he takes a turn for the worse. And I'm just like, but why?
But
I like him.
it's okay, so I can tell you, but it's not like
Like I know he cheats with Carly. Like that's
not what changes him. Because Carly
No.
lies to him about the paternity of her child. That's what changes him. Michael.
Oh.
Tony is convinced that Michael, when she's pregnant with Michael, is his baby.
Oh.
And what happens is that she tells him like, no, the baby's not yours. It's Jason's. It's not really Jason's. It's AJ's. And this kind of because of BJ's death, Tony is really looking forward to having another child.
Oh.
So he gets very kind of crazy.
Oh.
Yeah, he has a nervous breakdown. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So there is kind of like a reason for it, but the things he does are absolutely horrible. Like he does. I won't go into what he did, but like there's a lot of things he did that were really horrible.
Does he have a redemption at all? Like
he does.
Okay.
Yeah, but pretty much the whole town hates him at one point.
Really? No.
Yeah, he goes dark for like a year.
Yeah.
I remember that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I watched then. I watched from like I think I want to say 96 to 98.
Yeah.
Pretty regularly.
98. Yeah.
I love Sarah Brown.
Yeah, Sarah Brown was amazing in that time for sure.
Her and Jackie Zeman were together. Were so great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anything else before we go?
No, that's it.
No? All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Yeah. Thank you for joining us for another edition of General Hospital, the Brenda Years. As always, you can find us on all the socials and Patreon at Queers and Soaps. And until next time, have a great night.
Good night.
Bye.